Hi, this is Toni Tone.
Do you want the experience?
Well, Tallboy is going to give it to you.
That's right.
And you always gotta be a macaroni anytime you a Tony. So we gonna see you next time. You dig? Right on, babies.
And if you want the exclusive, you want the tall boy, because he's going to bring you the exclusive.
Whack.
The sound was what?
Whack. Yeah, we couldn't hear him. His drums
He's talking about himself, but since I'm up there and breathing that front air line, you know what I'm saying? That front air, it was popping. The sound was thick up there where I was. His monitor probably wasn't up to. No, I heard you, 100. But let me just say this: what was dope about that is that we were on with some of the greats that laid out a pattern for us. You know what I mean? So, right now I'm feeling like I'm a stupid fan, and then to be with the folks who are friends and fans of ours, it meant a lot to us. Believe it. Chaka Khan, come on, Stephanie Mills, come on. It's the whispers. It's getting personal right now. So basically, as soon as we finish this, I'm out there in the crowd. We probably have personal moments that they don't know it. You know what I mean? Like Sherelle was out there singing Sunday, Monday, dude. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you leave me alone. Yeah, some of the, she just, other songs that she was singing, it just took me back to a time where true artists that did what artists did, and that means they performed live. You know what I mean? A lot of people talking about, how do you follow me? Follow me. Notice I didn't give any of my handles, because I'm out there, but I'm following my fans, I'm following our people. So that's how that works, and that's why I'm inspired, because they still passionately do what they do, and they've transitioned to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? So I'm honored. That's how I feel about it. You want to say something, Tim?
Well, I can talk about the Whisper song. The song, This Is What I Do. It put me in the mood, yeah. That's real personal to me. It's been real personal to me.
Is that how you created your verse?
I don't know about that, but it's been personal to me.
Yes, we are. And everybody up here is from Oakland, you know what I'm saying? Sister Amina, which has been like a new addition to what we do. And, we've been venturing off over into Africa quite a bit. I don't know if you know that or not, but, our music is getting it back to the culture and the roots of our soul and our blues. So that's been a great transition for the Tonys. Some of our bandmates are in here and stuff. They over here chilling, but if they want to, they get in the cut and share their experiences. But for me, I'm like here with Sister Amina. I'm up here with Frank Stickums and Dyson, and we all from Oakland, California, and we got a lot of history. Now, the Tonys have always been about delivering what's next and what's that new shit, you know what I mean? And right now we're working on a movie. It's called Timeless, and it was filmed in the Virgin Islands. It was filmed in Africa, Ghana, specifically, you know what I mean? And it's about human trafficking, and I'm great to say that I'm able to deliver these dope ass artists through that soundtrack. And as beautiful as it may look, because the movie looks beautiful, and start looking at all the scenery and everything else, and Africa's beautiful, the Virgin Islands beautiful, but the movie is about human trafficking, and that's the sad part about it. But the Tonys scored the movie, and that's what makes it uplifting for myself. And these gentlemen and this young lady are part of that soundtrack. Yee! And look at us, we scored that bitch. Whoa! Sorry about that. This is a family show? You know what? Everybody's been asking me. I had so many different reforecasts, and if people know the Tonys, we are like some of those people that we take our time because we believe in sort of perfecting. Some people may look, oh, you didn't. No, because I don't like to leave leaks in my stuff. You know what I mean? And I look at it like this. We were supposed to release this November time-ish, this, that, and the other. But the point is, the movie is about something that is really affecting the world right now. And so it has no... it's out now, so to speak, you know what I mean? But the point is, this movie itself will be put out at the top of the year, because I want to go through the proper channels to make sure that we really penetrate our market, which is getting back to some of our people, letting them know that we got to watch out, because there's a lot of craziness all over the world. We're in America, and it's crazy, but it's all over the world. You know that, what they call it, pimping or whatever you may want to call it, but the point is that, the human trafficking thing is like, it's slavery on a whole nother level, and right now, in these days and time, we still fronting and getting it like that with all the cameras and all of this, that, and the other. We should be able to isolate and kill that right off, you know what I mean, immediately. Damn, that's a hell. He went right to the good side. I got action. Right on anniversary, yes. Well, I can only tell you my part of how I know it. It was created and thought out by Raphael Sadiq. And what I contributed and remember about it is that we were at a part in our lives where we just learned how to write songs. So in terms of how he was writing, he was just writing whatever came to mind. Tell your supervisor you're leaving early today. He probably was thinking about him when he worked at Payless Shoes at Eastmont Mall or something. I don't know. But the point is that we didn't really consider ourselves as writers then. And so that song came naturally. My contribution and love about it was the authentic sounds, the Wurlitzer that's played in there, which has to do a lot with the neo soul sound, where D'Angelo and a whole lot of others took it and just blew it all the way up. And then also like the song, the sounds on the drum machine, it's like a maestro drum machine back from when Sly used to use them. Family Affair and all that. So me personally, I listened to all those type of things and how it came about. But the brainchild behind that was Raphael Sadiq, and then, of course, we came in and made it official Toni Tone. But what I like about that is songs, not tunes. Songs, not tunes. Tunes are a thing of songs of music that's here and gone or whatever. Songs last a lifetime. Tunes are here and gone, and that's a song. And that's what we like to do is write songs. You know what? Keep doing live shows. There's a new generation. Keep performing live because people always ask me, how do we follow you? I'm following you. I'm coming on the road. Let's just hook up because you build from there. You can have one person in the audience, 5 people, 100 people, 200. But because of where we stand right now with this phone stuff and this, so live, one person could turn into 1,000 people easily. So it's about, following your passion. And wouldn't you have to say that because since we've been building, we just fell over into Ghana and then went to Nigeria and just fell into that and took Oakland soul, which is, in the roots of Africa. When at the end of the day, right? You want to elaborate on this because having a female in the group gives you a whole nother side of the game, real talk. They lighten it up and they just get to the root of it. They don't even talk about all the sweetness on the top. I'm just saying about what you've experienced in terms of being out with and our production's been fly, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's been a real blessing, growing up on the Tony's music and then now growing into it as an artist. And as an artist, I consider myself a born-again African, which means that, my family is African American just like everyone here, but we recognize Africa as our roots and know that we are the fruits. And so really understanding that the Tonys have been on the cutting edge of what is the new sound, what is the future of music. If we listen to like Anniversary and you listen to the album version and you listen to a lot of neo soul things that came 10, 15 years after, you see the clear influence. And so now with going into Afro soul and really understanding, in 2019 is the year of return officially in Ghana, in Africa, in terms of the 400-year anniversary, so to speak, or commemoration of our ancestors being kidnapped and enslaved here in America. Us going back to our African roots makes, huge. Yeah, it's a huge step. And human trafficking is something that has been part of culture. It's part of what America was founded on. And it's the undercurrent of what keeps America going right now. So us going back to our African roots and understanding Africa is the foundation of what we're doing, but also understanding our place in the world and how music can influence people to understand the world we live in better is a real blessing. And so that's a huge part of the Tony's experience that I'm very thankful for and look forward to contributing more to.
I'm going to let one of the newcomers give you what the struggle is like because I have to let them know the struggle never stops. It's just the fact you're following your passion and you knock every struggle out when you do that. But besides that, these gentlemen do this business, and that's why I really enjoy sharing the road with them and experiencing things. We back for the first time out of the country for the Tonys. We came out 87, 88. The first time we experienced every other country but Africa. So, but these gentlemen, the first time they get out of Oakland, California, they hit Ghana, Nigeria. So it's a whole nother experience to see that, and I have to appreciate that, and I can see how it's changed lives because we have to start experiencing each other. But I'm gonna let them tell that how it went.
Well, the struggle is real. Believe, it's a struggle just trying to be a artist, any kind of artist. Of course, there's plenty of people or powers that work against you that push you in another direction and make you want to sway the opposite direction, but the thing is to have faith definitely in yourself and the creator who made you, and push forward no matter what. Everything that you go through is something that you're going to have to take with you, and it's a testimony. You're going to eventually tell somebody how to get where you are through what you've been through. So, it's definitely a struggle, but it's something that you want to actually make a part of you. Don't be afraid of the fight. Don't be afraid of the struggle. Don't be afraid of the tears. Don't be afraid of the fight, crying in the middle of the night and everybody telling you can't do it and you want to give up. That's just normal. Stay fast. Keep fighting. Get on that stage, whether it's a bar table, whether it's $50, no dollars. I'm serious. $50, no dollars, bar table. You on the same level as everybody at mama's birthday party. If this is really what you want to do, then you do it. And in your mind, it's always leading to a bigger cause, to the next thing. And you just keep going and keep going. Somebody at mama's party wants somebody at the wedding to sing. And somebody at the wedding wants somebody to sing at their retirement party. And somebody at the retirement party work for Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers, yada da yada da yada da. Okay? So I'm just saying, keep your head focused. Don't ever let nobody break you from what you really want to do. This is what I really want to do. You couldn't have told me 10 years from now, ago that I'd be here singing with Toni Tone. It was just in my headphones. It was just on the radio station when I played it on my way to school. You know what I mean? I would have never, ever guessed that I would have been here with Toni Tone, but I'm here. And that's from singing on the bar table. That's from the $50. That's from the no payments. That's from the people in my family, friends that's telling me you can't, or go UPS, go do the post office thing, staying here hungry for the music meat. You feel me? Music meat. Okay? Just saying though. So if I could say anything to y'all, it's just stay fast, believe in yourself, believe in God, and go forward.
Okay, hold on. This Frank Stickums. Now I know his daddy. I'm gonna leave it at that. Mr. Fillmore Slim. Young Slim. That's what you should have named yourself. That shit. That's pretty much. I like that. Yeah, Frank Stickums. He was a rapper converted. You know what I mean? Because he'd been around the Tonys. But I met this gentleman, West Oakland, Lower Bottom, years ago. So we got throwback history together, and he's passionate. So I see somebody that I've been seeing at least 15, 20 years, still getting it with the same passion, grind, and this, that, and the other. We got dumb history together. But besides that, when we reach back about it, now he's venturing into the R&B world and soulful. He's been out with Mr. Bobby Brown for many years, so he knows what it's like. So coming with Toni Tone, it's just a whole nother, another vibe, but it's real business. Frank Stickums.
Wow. First of all, I just want to give honor to the creator, because I wouldn't be here without him. And just to reiterate, because Dwayne definitely just basically lets you know, but it's a heck of a transition being a MC and a rap artist, and then having the soul of an R&B artist in the blues. My father is a blues musician, so being able to have these two elements that transcend within me, and then having a good friend like my friend Dyson. We've been friends for years, decades. This is my boy, and so for us to be in this position right now is surreal. Sometimes I have to pinch myself because I don't be believing this is really happening. But it's so much that I can expound on, but I'd rather just keep it simple and say that it's perseverance, man, and patience, and staying really dedicated and focused. It's a lot of things that will come up against a new artist, anybody that's trying to venture into this business. Is you got to have tough skin. You have to be a people person, and a lot of those things kind of grow, because I was the best at it at the beginning, but I learned a lot, and being able to be teachable and be able to listen, and you know what I'm saying, even if it's not something that you want to do or something that you're used to, sometimes you got to come out of the norm and do something a little different, you know what I'm saying, because you might get a different outcome from something that you were probably just toiling at forever until something presents itself like this, like it did for me, you know. So what I can say to any artist, man, is that when the opportunity presents itself, just be prepared and be ready. I remember Nipsey, man, rest in peace to my brother. I remember Nipsey was like, you know, preparation, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's everything, you know. So with that preparation forms that opportunity, and you prepare for that opportunity, so therefore you can integrate and you can make that move and transcend. So it takes a while to get there, but you know, when you got good wholesome brothers around you that really love this what we do, because it's not just an industry thing to us, it's something that we love to do, you know what I'm saying? We put all our energy and all our heart and our hurt and our pain into it. Yes, sir.
We genuinely when we're on that stage, you got California on that energy 100%. We are Oakland, Bay Area, we are Two Bay. You know what I'm saying? And it gets that way with us on stage. We had 25 minutes tonight, but that's okay. We went up there and supported the greats. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm about to go out there and see them. But this man doesn't say much. I'm gonna put his ass on Front Street, because he's one of the genies. You know, the ones that never say stuff, you got to watch out for. This Freaky Tim. I'm just playing. No. You know what I mean? The people ask me, listen, this dude, I mean, music like It Never Rains in Southern California. This gentleman did all that music, laid it out. You just from and just other great music that you hear out there on D'Angelo and this, that, and the other. He's just such a dude in the cut, and that's why. And I learned, and you really learn from your surroundings. If you can't surround yourself with people that you can learn from, then fuck that. You don't need to be around them. You know what I mean? We can always build and always advance, but you still got to be able to pull energy from everybody. And I'll always pull energy from this silent genius mug right here. Tim, you got to say hello at least to the people. What keyboards were we using back then?
Hello, people. What do you want to talk about, man? Best experience? I don't know. It's been so many, man. It's been like 30 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of the time when we toured, like back in the day when we were younger, that was probably like the best times, because we were struggling and we was having like food fights in like the parking lots of restaurants and. I mean, you want to know about the food fights, or you want to hear about Dwayne getting caught up in people's like balconies and stuff like that?
Dwayne gonna be like, cut. Food fight, brother. He's like, who's on the balcony?
All right, so we had a thing where, like, let's say if you got some food and somebody would mess with the food. So if you mess with the food, we would do stuff like you walk by and pour like salt in somebody's food, the whole container of salt.
Say if you had a lobster dip.
Nah, let me tell the story. So it'd be like a dinner, and you want some of the food, and you would say no. So you would take off the salt container, walk over and pour the whole container on their food. Then the person would go, somebody else would go and buy some food, take the food, and throw it at you.
Yeah. We had a food fight in the parking lot. Remember that time?
And we would literally be in the parking lot, basically buying food, spending money on food, so we could throw it at each other.
No, mind you. No, you have to say. Okay, I'm sorry. No, mind you, that was when we was on tour with NWA. Yeah. Right, so we had just left a tour with Earth, Wind & Fire. Remember that? All right, so it was on this one, and everything but it was dope. Just as dope as Earth, Wind & Fire, the production of it. We learned a lot from that. But the point is, we was doing stuff. Everybody had big buses. We parked in the parking lot of whatever, Denny's or whatever it may be, going inside, ordering a whole blueberry pie just to come out and throw it on them up. Just to come out. Or remember what they ordered? A shake?
Oh, yeah. Sodas and throwing it on top of suede coats. I mean, just like stupid stuff. It was fun, though.
And the police came and rushed us in the parking lot. We looked at a blueberry pie, milkshake. What we do?
I don't remember my first check. First check? That wasn't my first check. He said first check. I don't know, man. Not that, first check wasn't that much. Honestly.
Yeah, you're right. First check. You just now seeing them first checks. No, but I think I bought a drum machine, bought my 1200, and that changed my life because I was dealing with this Yamaha something, and I was making it work. But when I got that 1200, my world changed, bro. Yeah.
And I just want them to know that, man, we're like true musicians from the heart. Like from the start, man, that's all we've ever done. From the start, from like the lowest, like when he was talking about the bar thing, man, we from the church. So we playing music in the church. Everybody in the town, man, know about us as far as like going from like churches, schools, clubs, to the stages. It's all we've done is music. So from the hardest, man, that's just us. For me, man, it's like drums and keyboards. Drums and keyboards.
That's a trip because people never know that you play keys like that. This fool is dumb on the keys, man. For me, growing up in the Bay, the 70s is my soundtrack, and the 60s as well. So when people talk about certain things, I'm glad this mic is not on for him. But anyway, so I just want people to know that we had somewhere in that pyramid of where we're going with this music, and I noticed I say pyramid of it, that we're a brick somewhere in there. That neo soul sound started with something that I think that the Tonys brought to the table, which contributed to the gospel, the street, the soul, everything all wrapped into one, and we didn't know that. And so I could live with that, knowing that. I mean, it's not a lot of record sales, which is great, but the fact that over 30 years we could stand and see a crowd like this and stadiums like this, it's genuine. All you have to do is keep spreading the energy.
God bless y'all. Thank you for coming out, and good night. No, I'm playing. But man, we got so much more greater things coming, man, for the Tonys, man. We the new generation Tonys. We got a lot of energy coming. The brand is awesome. The movie will be great. And we got a bunch of things that's coming for this 2020 and beyond. So just be on the lookout for us, man. The year return. We got to spend it in Africa. It was awesome. It was amazing. I tell anybody, when you get your first check, go to Africa. Yes, New Year's Eve in Ghana. We brought in the New Year in Ghana, swimming in the waters on Cape Coast. We did craziness. I had so much fun in Africa. I didn't even want to come back here. But at the end of the day, it's all a love thing, and it's all about the love. That's our promotion this year, and probably for the rest of our lives, is LOVE, man. So just have some.
How y'all doing? How you doing? I just want to say to the fans, as a collection, play the ukulele, and you will be just as good as Dwayne. Play the ukulele. Thank you.
Now you see why we got issues. Hey, come over here, man. You gotta say something on the microphone too. This gentleman from Nigeria, this Demola, you know what I mean, Lagos, and he's a violinist. Yes, yes.
Oh, why don't tell the fans, like, yo, that this is the man, man. This is the idol here. This is the icon. He's the main man, man. Man, it's great to be, playing with a group like I grew up listening to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's legendary. I've learned so much from playing with, the icons and the legends. Yeah.
He elevates us to another level. It's all about energy. We're generating all the way around.
Yeah.
So Vern, where you at?
Yep. All right, I'm down. All right. I'm Vernon Hall. I'm the bass player. I'm holding down the bass notes, all the subs, and it's a little background vocals. And we just want to let you guys know that we got more music coming. 2020 is gonna be nice. Yes, indeed.
Let me say one thing. Vernon, the bass lord, this man right here, I just gotta say, like, Vernon is one of the, he is one of the dudes that he was the first to ever put me on the stage in Oakland, California. He believed in what I had and brought me into his show. and brought me into his show and let me rock. And it was at Dwayne Wiggins' coffee shop when he had the coffee shop on 14th and Alice, right next to the Alice Art Center. So that's some real history. Just know that. It's time to vibe with the Oakland African.
Yes, we do. That's one thing that I've learned a lot, and I have to tell all people today, especially now. I mean, back then it was cool, but right now, as soon as you come off and you think you're going to be a success, you better trademark what you got, and that's it. You got to own your stuff. You got to own it, no matter what. And once you're out there, you can have one hit, man, and you got business. It's all about you getting out there and supporting good business. You know, I follow the Frankie Beverly theory. You know what I mean? The last time the album he came out, I experienced was 1986, and I saw how every Thanksgiving time he was at this location called the Paramount in Oakland, and it was like a reunion with everybody. We just showed up. He continued to do what he's doing. So that's my pattern. I trip off the Rolling Stones a little bit. James Brown more. At being independent, but of course, yeah, we own our trademark. We doing this business. I appreciate that. Well, the times that we live in control the music that we create because it's got a life of its own. All these new we came out with 8 tracks. No, not even 8 tracks, excuse me. We may have an 8 track though. That's what's dope. But really, wax albums, 12-inch cassettes. We came out in that period, and we've seen a lot of different formats. And right now, this digital thing really works for us because all these new platforms like the Spotify's, the Pandora's, and many more. It's really about you supporting your trademark and your brand. And there's platforms out there now. There's a lot of leaks in the ship. I'd have to say because there's so many damn. Sometimes I'll pull up stuff and I'll see one of my songs on something. It's like, wow, how'd that get there? And like, who's getting paid for that? And you know what I mean? But like I said, it's always gonna be some leaks in the ship. But no one can be you but you. You gotta get out there and do it.
And I'll say in terms of the new music that I'm creating with Toni, really that resurgence back to our roots is what is defining the sound that you're going to hear from some of the new stuff that we're working on. And a lot of the newest stuff we have the most ancient roots. And so I think that's really where music is going to be returning back to, coming back to its roots and like putting a new spin on that. So especially as us as African Americans are reawakening to who we truly are at our core, who our ancestors were before enslavement, before colonialism, what our culture really means and represents, that's what our music is going to be putting forth. So the essence that you're going to hear, especially off what's coming off the Timeless soundtrack, the song that we have together, Oshun, is really speaking to that. So it's something that's going to spark your soul, and you're not even going to really understand why your soul is so sparked, but it's going to give you a great start.
Healing music. Toni, healing music.
Did you like the video? That's right. Did you like it? Hit that like button.
Think
subscribe,
big. Think tall.
and share it.
Tall boy.
Tall boy. The Tall Boy Experience.